When was the last time a Pokemon game actually made you care about the story? Not just gyms, not just badges, but characters, stakes and moments that actually stay with you. Because today, we're playing a Pokemon game written like an anime. This is Pokémon Opalo, one of the most captivating fan games I've played. What starts as a normal journey quickly grows into something much bigger, facing dangerous enemies, legendary Pokemon, and an impending threat to the entire world. This will be a two-part series, and in this first episode, we'll explore the first half of the game. I'll be playing this under my custom challenge, the Nomadlocke, a rule set designed to create a more diverse and meaningful journey while connecting all my Nomadlocks into one continuous story. If you're unsure what that means, don't worry, I'll show you. So if you're ready for breathtaking edits, hype moments and aura, and a Pokemon experience you haven't seen before, kick back, relax, and enjoy this anime intro. Things have finally calmed down in Arif. Darkeye's influence isn't as suffocating as it once was. And for the first time, I'm not constantly on the edge. But lately, I felt it again. Like I'm needed somewhere else. And I guess that's my cue. I've crossed worlds before, but something just hit me. Does time even move the same between them? If I leave, and something happens here, is that on me? No. They're strong. My friends. My strikers. Arif will stand while I'm gone. Whether that's a few minutes, days, weeks, or even years.
He prepared to leave once more, saying goodbye to his Pokemon. Deep down, he knows they're strong enough to protect his world in his absence.
Goodbye, Goriki. I'll be back, buddy. Did I make it? Hold on. What is this?
He gets a view of the 108th Pokémon League of Cefira, where two strong trainers are battling. But shortly after, something strange happens. Ah! It seems that we have some turbulence caused by enormous power display by these Pokemon.
No, it doesn't look like something caused by the Pokemon. An earthquake, perhaps?
Breaking news! We're going live to the Pokémon League, where there's been a huge explosion in the stadium. Early estimates put the death toll at more than 2,000 clean humans and Pokémon.
A week later, the Pokémon League stayed in shock at this unparalleled tragedy. Investigations are still ongoing.
Then we saw on the screens the information that Ringer has been found guilty of the bombing. We got criminals already! And he's a skinhead too!
Oh my god!
The president confirms the Pokémon League will remain indefinitely closed, raising questions about whether competition in Cefira will continue.
Did the whole league really just get bombed? Looks like I'm in my house now, and I'm guessing this is my dad. He starts yapping, but most importantly, there's a letter for me from someone named Opalo, who wants me to pick up a gift in Breezetown, and apparently he's one of my childhood friends. Looks like I live more in the countryside in this world, but once I enter this building, a ranger tells me Apollo have 3 abandoned Pokemon for me to choose from. You can even take a fun little personality test to see which one suits you, and again recommended me the fire one. However, I know what I'm picking, and in fact, it's what I've been thinking for quite a while. I want y'all to welcome the captain of Team Blue Sapphire, Swolefin, the water-type Pokemon. It seems Apollo wants to meet in Solana City, but before that can happen, my Pokemon runs off. It seems really shy, but ends up running into someone on Route 1. He asks if I'm his trainer and says it's finally calmed down. We reunite and give him a memorable nickname. I was thinking long and hard about this name. Pause. I've been listening to a few Bakugan themes lately, and this name just kept ringing in my head. This sort of water type they call in that show is Aquos. And I want Swolefin to be the embodiment of the best water type in this game! Puchiana pulls up and attacks us. Come on, Aquos. We got this. Goes down with ease, and Unk is impressed. He introduces himself as Professor Ebano. If I'm interested in training my Pokemon, he tells me to be in Manjaloak City, where his daughter is. But right off the bat, I can already tell this game is gonna have some funny dialogue. Eventually I made it to Solana City and met my old friend Apollo. Kelvy, you came! Wow, how you changed! It's been many years since we've seen each other, but it looks like we are in love. Who's this? Lock in, Kelvy, lock in, lock in, lock in. This right here is Vera, and she's Apollo's fiance. Hey, Apollo, no, you did a good job, Apollo. No, I got a fiance on my own, you know, back in that. She's a news journalist who seems to have a good goal in mind. He tells me that after pursuing his studies, he ended up landing a job working for the government of Cefira. In short, they've started a program recruiting young talented trainers, and he saw me as a perfect recruit. Even though there's no league, getting 8 badges is still a big feat. Without question, I accept. But Apollo reminds me to let my dad know before I go. Once he hears the news, he starts shouting in joy. He gives me a few items, but also says something important before I leave. One last thing, Kelvy. If you're going to travel through this region, visit your mother when you can. She still loves you very much, even if it doesn't seem like it. It'll make her heart happy to see you. Damn, where's my mom? Like, what is the lore?
On his way out, he runs into a new face, but also an ally who will support him.
Flowermane, you're back. Unfortunately in this game, I was broke as fuck, but apparently this only happens when you pick the black character in this game. I've already checked this out with a couple of people I know. I'm looking at you right now, Eric. I don't know what your deal is, but he's not got my eyes on you.
So we have to battle more before getting new members. Chaos has already begun, as the sheriff warns Kelvy about 2 outlaws who just ran into the cave. He runs into them and sees them trying to steal explosives from a worker. They notice him, introducing themselves as Team Gatling, and start fighting. Our hero wasn't worried, because he had Flowermane and Aquos by his side.
Team Gatling, huh? Is this not fucking Windbreaker's music? I generally can't remember if this is a Zelda theme or not, but if you know, let me know, because this is a banger. But rather than being shocked in defeat, they snatch the bombs and head out. It turns out they were the same team behind the bombing 7 years ago, but at least now I could get more mods. I do some battles here and there until I eventually run into this gal. Whoa! Ah! What are you doing? I've been checking that Clefairy for 2 days to catch it. You know how extremely rare these Pokemon are? I don't fucking like Clefairy anyway. You're probably one of those city trainers who hasn't seen the world. Damn! Well, at least I want to try to get my revenge.
guys get challenged immediately?
Not to. Hell no! Hey, be more careful with my Pokemon. You attacked me though.
He wins the battle, and she accepts defeat. She introduces herself as Gala and explains her goals.
May the wind always blast you back. Nitika, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? And apparently Andres did say that's his wife though. But you know, what's that one saying? If there's always a goalkeeper, you can score. I'm kidding. Like, I'm a married man. Like, a lot of you people think I'm gonna cheat on A or some shit. Like, I don't know where y'all have gotten these, like, strange allegations, bro. I step into Jaloke City. I run into Bono again. He says he'll show me something. I do a quick side quest first to get Momo, the Tyrogue. Also had enough cash to pick up Hyperzam, the Abra. Inside, I meet him and his daughter, and the minister of Team Galing comes up again. Because of them, many people have been discouraged from becoming trainers. He heads up to his lab, and I follow him, where he hands me a Pokédex. Right after, Mandanes enters. He's the gym leader of this town, but things aren't going too well for him. He lacks a lot of confidence and says he only got the position out of luck. Loki sounds like he's explaining a 9-to-5 situation here too. Wait a minute, is this guy Loki relatable? Does he feel good knowing that you play a prestige role in this society? I'm sure you're doing better with women. You got any bitches, buddy? Bono wants us both to battle, and Danis agrees. You have to pre-hack yourself from a tree or worse. Ebano, mi amigo, what the fuck is this? But of course, a Galingrun just had to run into bro and steal his Pokemon, and you already know who has to save it. Me. I enter this warehouse and kick everybody's ass, getting our little Psycho to evolve. I never used an Orbeetle before, so I'm excited to finally try it. Once I beat the Galingrunt, he hands the Mon back and I return to Danis. I can now enter the gym and begin my first gym battle. Wait, oh shit. I didn't heal though. It's a bit dead in here. The fact only my office mates have come here to make fun of me. Is that the electric? Meow? I don't trust it though. Sujoto! Throw me! Bite? Not too bad. Bro, why do you have to hit so many times? No! Aquos! Now! Razor Shell! Oh, this looks bad. For you, but not for me. Now, again! That was a great battle, but not so much on Danis' part. In fact, his boss tells him he's not getting paid this month, which finally makes Danis stand up for himself and leave this bum-ass job. He decides to travel the region just like me and even says goodbye to his mom. He thanks me for inspiring him and he heads off to Breezetown to get a started Pokemon. What a guy. I'll say that was a good display from Blue Sapphire, but now it is time for Bright Diamond to shine. It may not look strong right now, but this will be a killer team. I end up on a random farm where I meet Gala. Apparently they have the best Mudsdales in the world, and she wants to see it herself. We run into one of the breeders who explains a bit about Poke Essence. It's life energy tied to Pokemon, which becomes even stronger when they share a strong bond with the trainer. They see this as something valuable for society, but shortly after, this happens. Whoa! Like, why are they always blowing shit up?
Team Gatling arrives, and one of their leaders, Colt, is with them. He tries to justify what they're about to do because of the wealth this farm family has. Gala gives them a reality check, but they casually ignore it. He says a catastrophe is coming, and that the Mudsdales are necessary for what's ahead. Showing no remorse, they take the owner hostage and force them to hand over the Pokemon. Gala knows where they're headed, so she and Kelly make haste. He enters Dusty Steep and gathers more allies. As he battles, the team grows stronger and evolves. Eventually, he finds Team Galing and confronts them.
Did you follow us here to retrieve these Pokemon? I've got to admit, you got a lot of guts. Our leaders taught us that only those with a strong will are those who get to keep the spoils. We're beating those farmers, haven't we? Well, that gives them the right to decide the fate of their Pokemon. Beat them, you say? More like you robbed them forcefully.
Gala tries to step in, but gets stopped by two other grunts, leaving the fight to Kelvin alone.
Prepare to receive your sentence. I'll show you the power of the Sturagas. Now, Hyper Confusion! What type of deliberate am I looking at? It doesn't matter. Again. Oh! Shit! Oh my god, we got countered. Aspusa, Kamoto! Now, Thunder Shock! No more games. You're going to bite the dust! Do we just lose to 2 vermin? What difference does it make? Stay with these Pokemon. We have so much more important matters to attend to. This is not the last time you'll hear about Team Gatling. We'll settle the score. We'll see about that. Mudsdales have now returned to the ranch, but the one left behind seems to be ill. She doesn't trust the ranch, so she plans on taking it to the lead in Sirocco Town to get answers. May have won the battle, but 2 of my members are now exhausted. As you saw earlier on the screen, one of my moves gets restricted, and I can't switch them out once they've entered battle, nor can I remove them off the team until a squad change. After a few more battles, I make it to Sirocco Town, where it looks like they're celebrating the Spring Festival. In the middle of it all stands the leader. Oh, this is the gym leader? Bro, I got lucky, bro. There's way too many baddies in this game. Her name is Acacia. She's definitely a baddie, but also quite the performer. One of the locals wants to show everyone a type of concoction made from sacred flowers. It said inhaling it allows astral travel. I'm not really sure what that means, but it sure reminds me of my adventure back in LDU. Gotta suggest I give it a try, and after everything I've been through, I have to see if this astral thing is real or not. What? What is that? Where am I? Help. What? Help with what?
I need your help. The Pokemon world. Dying.
Wait, who are you? Oh, you alright, Kelvy? You've been at a chance for quite a while. I'm fine. Maybe this is the feeling I got back in Aerith. Was it trying to connect with me all the way back there? I don't know. But clearly something needs to be saved in this world.
After he regains consciousness, Gala finally gets a chance to ask Acacia about the Mudsdale, and she suggests heading to Podium Town to help it. She asks Kelvin to go in her stead, and he agrees.
Man, I don't know I could be the one delivering this horse to the ranch, but regardless, this route definitely has some interesting things in it. Huh?
A few moments later.
Someone called Pita, cause, yeah. I'll find some inscriptions talk about the Great Spirit and how it created us all. Not sure who they're referring to, but I'll keep this Great Spirit in mind. I make it to Pony in town, and to my surprise, Vera's here too. Says interviewing the owner of the farm, Noah, who I give the ill mud braid to. In short, he gave Vera an egg she's willing to give away, but she wants a quick battle first. I win, but not without some mistakes. She gives me the egg along with an incubator, which is really useful in this game. It shows the exact amount of steps needed and doesn't take up a party slot. After about 10 actual minutes, the egg hatches into an Eevee. I was really happy about this, since Eevee has a new evolution in this game. Welcome Curiel, or Aerial Eevee. The only thing left now is to challenge the gym, but I also added our pal Scarecrow to the team, who I picked up in the earlier deserts. This gym was pretty cool, but I wasn't here to admire the structure. So, you defeated the Mundanes in a landslide victory, huh? You see that more people than usual have come. Is it because you have raised expectations? Oh, is it gonna be some shit where it's like, throughout this journey that we're gonna get more and more of an audience? That'd be kinda cool though. Mudbray? Right. Alright, Scarecrow, it is the signal! Oh, there's so much! Now, absorb! Do we tank one bulldoze? What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna switch it to Aspusa. Aspusa uses this fight. It doesn't matter though. Now, Blood Moon, Secret Arts, Holy Region, Hyper Sap, Confusion. Oh my God, that damage is no fucking joke. That's even. Why you crit me? Why you crit me? I knew that was gonna happen. I knew it. I survived though. Scarecrow. Very good job, buddy. Suchoto! Spirit! Thanks to Spirit's ability stamina, his defense keeps rising, letting me take down a monster like Pillow Swine. It's not over until one of us run out of Pokemon. Now you'll see. Bring it. Shit. Heal. It's my last heal. Spectre! Come on! Shit! That was fucking close. Stood I guess. One overwhelming force. I think I'm shaking and everything. Oh. You see, he said, no, Lucky, you're not cheating on your wife. You're not cheating on your wife. You're not cheating on your wife. With the second gym down, I leave the building and see Gala standing on top of it. She's really flexing her mobility. She came back to check on me ever since I passed out on the Astral event. She asked whether I saw something, but dismissed it. Next up is Astral City, but before that, it's time for Grand Amethyst to make his debut. And as you can see, I think they're quite ready for some action. I picked up a few more allies, but most importantly, this regional Farfetch'd, aka Frankie D. Once I cross the bridge, I run into our friend Donis again. He's definitely had some struggles since starting his journey as a trainer. Other night I had to cook a dead Cubans keep... Ah! Hey yo, they did not play in this region, bro. He thinks battling me will make things easier, but not only does he lose, he then starts getting depressed. And what he does next? I'm coming to meet you. Whoa! Wait, don't! Dings, what are you doing? Oh my god, that was fucking close. Did I just witness this guy trying to off himself? What the fuck? Well, at least he sees this as a good sign and heads off. Who knows, from here on, a good friendship may be born. You try to kill yourself! I make it to Astral City and get a video call from Opalo. He says he needs my help with something serious, but before meeting him, I explore the city. One thing I really like about this game that I'll say is that it reminds me a lot of Unova, you know. And I know a lot of the sprites and NPCs are from that game, which is even nicer. Something even nicer is this guy called Dawn, who's willing to trade you any Pokemon of similar value. I can't lie, the one in this city seemed buggersome shit because at first I declined since they don't want to trade anyone on my team, but it cancelled the trade completely. Thankfully, there are more of them scattered around the region. Depending on what you have, you can get some really bad or really good trades. Once I noticed he could trade starter Pokemon, I was high-key trying to get a D-Watt, but everything changed when I saw this. Luravit? What is Luravit? What? What is this? Apparently this thing is from a game called Pokemon Ipera. I know I already have a Houndour, which I was excited to use, but we're just gonna pretend it got reborn as Luravit, which is why I'm naming it Lurandres.
Finally meets up with Apollo, who immediately informs Kelvin that Team Gatling has been prowling around the city. He asks for help tracking them down, which Kelvin does with ease. They stood no chance against him, and Apollo and his crew managed to capture 2 of them, but it turns out it was all a trap. Gatling has now taken control of the train station. They make haste to the station and fight their way through. Upon reaching the train, they encounter a Gatling commander Carabina. The train is filled with large amount of Pokesets, and Apollo makes it clear he won't allow them to use it. She remains unfazed and enters the train with her crew. They quickly follow, defeating the remaining grunts until reaching the main section. However, Carabina still needs to be stopped.
Damn! This should look around Xenoverse, bro. Y'all remember when we were on top of that train? Don't you know when to give up? We didn't expect useful government fools like you to see reason, so I'll make you a deal. If you win, Team Gatling is gone, and I guess everything will continue as usual for now. But if I win, I'll push you off the train. Let's see about that. Nice. Double Intimidate, but I think it'll be worse on your end. Suchoto! Vairubore! That was a crit, which is okay. That means the next stage is not gonna do as much. Unless you have Ice Punch! Shit! I cannot risk that shit, bro. In case I miss Mud Shot, we'll be fucked. It heals, but it's okay. Now, Lurandres, howl! Frankie, Komodo! Woo! Perfect countdown bulldoze, bro. Air lace. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't like that damage. He's probably going for another rock smash. And I'm kidding. Komodo! I'ma have to hope that you go for... I don't know if he's going for bulldoze. He did. No, they did way too much damage. Fuck! I ended up using the same intimidate strategy, weakening it enough for Frankie to finish the job. Champion! This is as far as we go. Let's get serious. I'm not gonna lie, this is absolutely terrible. From the looks of it, we're gonna have to make sacrifices. Holy Legion on Vine Ball. When Frankie goes down. Allow me to change the title of this battle. Blood. Secret Arts. Now. Heavenly Overdrive! Vine Ball! Sleep Powder! What? Finish it! Now! Recklessness pace, I guess. Not exactly. What strategy does.
Heavenly Overdrive is one of the offensive Blood Moon art techniques. It acts as a domain that enhances the user's and allies' attack, speed, and endurance. Even though Carbine is defeated, she uses her Pokemon to maneuver inside and blow up the controls. Knowing she can't claim the Pokésense, she's willing to take everyone down with it. She begins to ramble, but Kelvin does not want to hear it. Apollo realizes the train will derail, so he comes up with a risky plan. He sends out his Braviary and has it use Hurricane on the train. Luckily, it works, and they manage to make it back to Astral City.
Don't think for a moment that I'm going to buy into the bullshit about giving power to the people. Tell me the truth. What did you want the Poké-Essence for? Were you planning on another large-scale attack like the one in the Pokémon League? I told you the truth, you idiot! Our boss has had a vision of the future, and we're in for some very bad times. Believe me, what happens is that you don't see an inch in front of your nose. You should learn to listen to the actual Pokemon.
Despite everything she said, Apollo doesn't believe any of it. But just as she leaves, the elder gym leader arrives. Apollo suggests Kelby battle her, and she eagerly awaits.
Looks like things could have gone quite bad, but we clutched up in the end.
While exploring the train station, he finds an old photo of the Ringer, another person, and a Pokemon. The photo states they were the founding team of Gatling.
It's gotta be the first dual type gym I've seen, because now I gotta worry about both steel and fire types. I swap out Curlia for Geogal and get ready for the battle.
It's Kelby, the challenger who has managed to defeat Mundanes and Acacia. Come on, Kelby, get this badge too.
I appreciate it, they're not build much of a fame in this region, but shit. Did you know that your two gym fights have gone viral on the net? Maybe need someone to take you down a peg or two. I think not. Come on! Firefang immediately, bro. It had the berry. Okay, I was wondering why it did like no damage. Oh, I had a feeling you do that shit. Switch Auto! Vine Ball! Both switched. Torkoal's a special attacker, so sack Frankie, then switch into Geogal and take it down. Battle Lokes! What the fuck? Didn't expect this, did ya? Uh-oh, it's setting up. Oh, you fucking air balloon! You asshole! I at least land a rock to him, but go down to the next turn. Now, Scald! You absorbed it! Yep, this guy has water absorb. How fucking cheap. I go into carry it to get the Intimidate off and use a Holy Regen. Oh my god, we get burned immediately! I get one Lure off, then swap into Lurandres, barely damaging it. A Fire Wolf goes down, leaving Vine Ball as my last hope. She lands a Sleep Powder and one-taps it. You leave me no choice. Listen up to heal, my best strategy. No, I'm not turning up the heat at all. Vine Ball, kill this thing! Shit. That was close. Our gold Vine Ball clutches it, and I secure my third badge. Sensational. She ran me down at full speed. No pause on that, or... I get a phone call from Apollo telling me to meet him at the police station. But before that, it's time for Blue Sapphire to make their comeback.
Look at our boy Aquos and Flowermane. But of course, they knew us being Warlord and Momo.
I was also looking for the cop who trades Growlithe for Vulpix. Sorry, Cefira, but welcome Cairo to the team. I meet up with Opalo, and he tells me they're about to interrogate Carabina. They want the real reason behind the PokeSense heist, and she admits it was for an explosion. The goal was to free the leader in Calgiant City, the Ringer. According to her, he's become much wiser in prison, almost like a prophet. He claims a catastrophe is coming, and only he can prevent it. Carabina doesn't fully understand what it is, but she says the Astral Pokemon speaks to him in his sleep. The police aren't fully convinced, but she blindly believes in her leader. Despite being an extremely calm prisoner, Apollo still thinks this Astral Pokemon sounds like nonsense, but wants to inform the president. Speaking of the devil, because he shows up right behind us. After that, Apollo offers me a ride to the next city, and funnily enough, our boy Donis shows up too, so Apollo brings him along. I head through this cave, pick up some new members, and later on into Gala again. What? Ow! She thinks I made to ruin her catches again and challenged me to a battle. She had the better lead, so I immediately swap into Warlord and one-tap it. Now, Warlord, things take a turn when Zato hits the field because I underestimate its damage. Aquos almost goes down, but I manage to land an Ice Punch. She heals, throwing off my plan, so I do the same, only to get confused. I'll try my best to avoid any deaths here, but it didn't take long before I realized I had to sack someone. Warlord takes the hit, and Aquos gets the final blow. Thankfully, her last one is Grass and Electric, which Flowermane handles easily. She heads off, and shortly after, I lose another mon in a different battle. But at least a little Psycho evolves. I make it to Orvalo town and immediately get a phone call from Dad. He tells me this is where Mom lives and she's at the health center. Before I meet her, I run into this mysterious dude. He's very adamant that I leave, but since I don't, he challenges me. His name is Remington, but he gets his ass beat. He acknowledges my strength and leaves. I feel like that guy might end up being important later on. I don't know who bro is, but shit. I head into the health center and meet Ibano. While we're talking, a nurse asks me and says my mother's waiting upstairs. Ibano thinks she might be a scientist, wants to come along. The closer we get, the more I understand the situation.
Wait, don't tell me that. Wait, my mom is in a mental hospital?
Your son is here to see you.
Whoa! Wait, like she in the hospital.
Kelvy, is that you? I already knew to come. The stars told me while I was dreaming, missing everything. You're changing.
Excuse me, I'm a doctor. May I know what her case is?
Paranoid schizo, oh my god, bro. Wait, I did not expect. I thought Mom was like, I thought they like broke up, like she was with a whole different dude. Nigga, she got schizophrenia.
There's something I want you to see, Mr. Kelvy. Lizzie, why don't you show us your latest drawing? It's on the table.
That's what we saw too.
It's a shadow that appears in my dreams. He speaks to me in a calm voice and also very sad. I don't want to keep seeing him. They make me see horrible things that have happened in places far away. You better go now. It's time to give her medication.
Wait, if that's why y'all say she's schizophrenic, then I'm schizophrenic too. I see the same fucking beast in my dreams. I saw it before.
Bono didn't know my mother was suffering from this and apologizes. During his years as a psychiatrist, he's seen some terrible cases. Even then, he still questions her drawing, which resembles a Pokemon. Listen, Kelby, I'm very interested in your mother. Huh? I'm like, whoa, pause. I mean, I'm very interested in your case. I'd like to investigate further. He wants to research the true meaning behind it. Shortly after, the Orvalo gym leader runs into us. His name is Romero, and the bottle gasses me up in front of him, saying I'll be challenging him. I knew I had to adjust my team since this would be a water-type gym. With a Spruce and Carry from the other squads, I was ready to take it on. By the way, looks like you're getting some fame. Is this low accurate Kelvy? God damn, all the seats are almost full!
They definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel, like you should do right now.
If you haven't.
About my series only at Pokefair. Wait, you're betting on me?
Swana. Ooh! Go out to Spruce right now, bro. Now, Shakurevo! Now, Thunder Wave! Or you're faster! And you lower my shit. There's no point switching. I'm just going for an all-out attack. Alright, Raikiri! Oh, Boma Snow! What are you, water grass? Suichoto! Psycho! Woo! Come on, bro! Toxic Orb! Now, Bangabuzzle! Psycho, let's go! Take down this fucking freak! Hypnosis. Yes. Keep at it! Ugh. Tell me, Challenger, are you brave enough to take on a swamp monster? I am. And in fact, I'm pretty sure I'll speed your ass. So get fucked. Nice fucking finish! Studagas! Looks like Psycho finally got her time to shine. As he gives me the badge, he says it's a pity the league is closed, but the audience clearly wants it back. Even Romero is surprised by the reaction and says the politicians should take notes. I thank Aspusa and Kairi for the help and continue my journey, meeting new allies along the way. While traveling through Route 7, I ran into Donis again. He wants another battle, but like always, I remained the victor. After the battle, he was high-key spitting some bars about changing as a person and asked if I believe in him, which I do. Shortly after, I arrive in Elysial Town and run into this kid. He thinks I'm blocking his way and challenges me to a battle. I thought I was bugging for a second, but his outfit looked oddly familiar. The battle was easy, and he can tell I'm strong. For some reason, he asked me to be his rival. Inside, I meet Gala again, and she asks if I come to visit the native cemetery too. Before I can even answer, she books us some rooms. The receptionist mentioned that a journalist recently stayed here, as well as a famous Kanto trainer. Who could they be? The kid we fought earlier is named Vermilion, and just the name alone gave away who's with him. His grandpa is Champion Red, who's still speechless. The journalist, aka Vera, comes out of her room as soon as she hears the name. She greets me, but more importantly, she wants an interview with him, but he immediately runs off. Mr. Red, wait! We make our way to the cemetery and explore until we come across this. Vera believes this drawing represents a great spirit, which the natives saw as a creator deity. Gala asks that he was the one who taught humans how to understand and train Pokemon. He left humanity with a message.
You humans, who shiver in the cold of night, will never again be afraid. For now, you will have friends forever, and you will take care of them while they take care of you. But the day will come when the world will be in grave danger, and you will have to cooperate to save it. On that day, you will demonstrate the power of your bond. As Kelvy steps closer to the drawing, something strange happens.
What?
You, who have been able to hear the voice of the wind.
What is all this? I'm here. Again.
Beyond the cosmos, beyond space, a cataclysm is coming that will end all life. Come, fight, Kelvy.
What are you? Kelvy. Wait, were you there too?
They are suddenly attacked by ghost Pokemon and quickly overwhelmed. Fortunately, Red is there to save them. Gala suggests they all take a break, since it's getting late, but Kelvy's mind continues to spiral.
Man, what the hell was that thing? And those visions I kept on seeing. What was that being? I know there was going to be something strange when I came into this world. Well, it looks like some deity is at least helping me, guiding me towards the answer. I think I'll have to find it. I wanted to come to the root of this. As I enter my room, Gala asks me if she can come in. She wants to talk about what happened in the cemetery. She says she's had the same visions as me, even all the way back in Soroka Town. In fact, she's had them since she was a kid, but recently, they gotten so bad she can barely sleep. She asks if anyone in my family is considered wrong.
And in this context, the only person I could think of was my mom. It turns out Gala's father was also locked up because of these insane visions. She wonders if there's a way to stop this for both of us, and slowly starts opening up. She's not the best at sharing her emotions, and has lived a pretty lonely life since leaving her homeland. But after meeting someone who struggles with the same thing, she says,
What if we are destined to search together for the meaning of this mystery?
Destiny say, well, listen, that sounded a bit romantic. Wait, hold on. Look at fucking Kelvy. You know that Ava will probably be fuming right now.
Don't let me down, Kelvy. Only you can understand me. You'll help me, right?
Yes.
She smiles and becomes optimistic that we can solve this mystery together. We both get some sleep, and the next morning, everyone parts ways. I head to Route 8 where I run into Remington again. He thinks he can beat me this time, but he loses. He starts thinking he's washed and begins rambling about saving a friend. Apparently he needs money, not for anything evil. He disappears, but leaves me with the feeling that we'll meet again. Shortly after, I enter the infamous Indigo Forest and run into some pretty cool mons. I meet Donis again, and he wants to settle the score. But then a random ghost kid just appears, and they somehow trick bro into getting captured.
There's a bad Pokemon among the rock!
Well, don't worry, I'm going to scare him off right now.
Do you reference? The bugs rush off with him, so I immediately chase after them. Along the way, Flowermane reaches his final stage along with Kaido. I eventually find them and end up fighting a ton of these bugs. Some of them were actually putting up a fight. Thankfully, no one became exhausted, and I finally rescued Donis. Or so I thought. When things started looking bad, our hero in blue came to the rescue. He skedaddles away, and Gala checks up on me, but I'm doing just fine. As I get closer to the next city, I'll find another inscription stating, "We travelers should not seek the Great Spirit, for he rests within the Jet Hills where we cannot enter. One day, he will awaken, and his bed of moss will spread across the earth." What a warning. I make it to Kalagine City, and unfortunately be met with a sight I wish to unsee.
No. Why am I seeing Lucario hang himself? Nigga, these kids be dark, low-key.
As I step towards the gym, a voice speaks to me. They ask if I would still enter this gym, even if it meant I could die. And honestly, I've already faced multiple enemies that nearly killed me. Is a gym like this supposed to scare me? Of course not. They're impressed by my answer, and suddenly appear before me. Her name is Silene, and she's the gym leader. She was texting me before letting me enter, but she feels the aura and waits inside. But I think this is a battle that Braito Diamondo needs to handle.
This team is looking ready, bro. Very anti-ghost. I'm very excited to use Prince Ursa, though. And I'm loving this Persian form. Like, god damn, but I just had to get timid nature.
I step into the arena and watch the staff try to wake her lazy ass up. I'm not sure if this is Witch Riz, but it ain't working, so we start the battle. I start with Home Claws, then take it down in 2 bites.
Spectre being paranormal is perfect for this. Ha! Frostlash. I have no idea what secondary topping you had, but you're definitely still Ghost. Oh my god, you're in ground! No! That's it! Oh my god! Bro! Go! You fucking bastard! Prince Ursa! Kamoto! The part fairy type, of course. Well, I'm gonna despair right now who has the ability Stamina, which I hope will actually come in use right now. Oh, thank you.
What is this tingling I feel? Excitement.
This thing's definitely gonna hit me with a strong special type attack, like Energy Ball. Yep. Asmusa, down the river. Down. Finish it in one blow. Crunch.
Another clean victory, and the audience loved it. But before I can even leave, the crowd deadass jumps in. They are begging for the league to reopen, and
Coaches, please take a picture with me. Sign the autograph for my son, please.
guys,
I like you, Kelby of Breezetown. It seems that your spirit is not as empty as that of others. But one day you feel like disconnecting and opening sixth sense to unimaginable planes, you can find me at my home.
Pause.
Are you raising me up? Maybe. Apollo meets out with me and says he got a permit to interrogate the Ringer. Before joining him, I had to hop back to the team and see that Professor Albano will be coming with us. Funnily enough, Albano was actually his professor back in college. I get a closer look at the prison and notice the Dusknoir guards. They're supposed to be extremely reliable jailers, but surely this won't bite the prison in the ass, right? We take our seats and wait for the infamous the Ringer. Apollo introduces us, then immediately questions how he managed to indoctrinate so many people, but the Ringer is baffled by his comment.
Look how he's shaking his head. He's like, no, 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 no.
You threw them away. They were all citizens of Cefira and you turned your back on them. I picked them up and told them that they had a chance to build their own future. Do you really believe that people do evil for the sake of it? Any psychiatrist knows perfectly well that there's no such thing as intrinsic evil. There's only the survival instinct. He criticizes how divided society has become, yet people wonder why they do what they do. Paulo pushes back, bringing up what happened to the League 7 years ago. The Ringer responds by saying Galling's involvement was never proven. Paulo calls him a coward, and that clearly struck a nerve. The Ringer fires back, saying Apollo would think very differently if he had grown up in the slums. Apollo asks if he's trying to rebuild Team Gatling, and the Ringer simply responds,
Of course. Are you surprised by my sincerity? Why would I lie to you?
My truth is very simple. And what is that truth? I have been chosen by the Astral Pokemon. He has spoke to me in the dreams over the years to entrust me with an important mission. That is why I have to get out of here as soon as possible. The world depends on it.
What mission? What is that Pokemon Astral telling you?
Something is approaching our world, an infinite darkness.
The Ringer explains the scale of the catastrophe that will strike the planet and claims only he can prevent it. Apollo asks how exactly he plans to stop it, and the Ringer says he must meet with the Astral Pokemon and reach the land of the gods. Apollo still isn't convinced, but the Ringer explains that the Astral Pokemon only communicates with humans who possess an exceptional spirit.
Exceptional spirit? We're talking about the same Pokemon here. Did it say something within me as well? I know I'm very different from most people in here, but could the recent awakening I had back in Air also be responsible for this? I'm not sure.
Time is running out.
He notices Kelvy, surprised that he can see the visions as well. Apollo dismisses the claim and continues pressing him on his escape plan. But as we know, the Pokesen's heist failed. To their surprise, it was their last resort. The interrogation ends, and Apollo asks Albano for his psychological profile. Strangely, the Ringer doesn't present like a typical madman. He fully believes everything he's saying.
Remember, Apollo, the only thing that distances you from me is being born with a different poke your hand. Don't compare me to you, scumbag! Had I been born in a harsh condition, I would have come out of it upholding the law. I'm far from being like you. Day will come when you won't be. Before this is all over, you'll have crossed the line multiple times. So, it seems both me and my mother, Gala and her father, and even the Ringer share all these visions. There's no way a guy like him could be the chosen one, right?
As they leave the room, something unexpected happens. The Ringer suddenly says his goodbyes, and the Dusknoirs open every cell. They make their move to the dining room as he gets surrounded. Cliff is confused about why the Dusknoirs did this, but more importantly, the Ringer cannot be allowed to escape. Apollo and Kelvy prepare to fight through the prisoners and stop him. Eventually, Kelvy runs into Colt and the Ringer. He notices him and tells Colt to buy more time, which leads to another battle. With the power of Bright Diamond, Kelvy tears through Colt's team.
Gallon is good just like that!
Oh, I'm sure. Guess I had a more superior cat after all.
Apollo arrives shortly after, and together, they capture Colt. Moments later, Albano discovers the Dusknoirs were all under some kind of trance. Whether this was the Ringer's doing is still unclear. Apollo mentions he has a secret meeting in Galerna City, which is where Kelvy will head for the next batch.
Before heading to Galerna City, I meet up with Noah, who tells me the sick Mudbray I helped earlier has now evolved into Mudsdale. For your information, this works as the bike in this game, and even unlocks a pretty nice side quest. But while moving through this town, I ran into Remington again, and this time, we learned something serious.
I had to free my friend the Ringer from jail. I didn't start Team Gatling with him, just to leave him to rot in a cell. Get ready because you'll be the
So is he the guy in the photo? Fuck. Fuck. I'm not gonna be able to release the ringer from jail. It's not fair because he didn't actually bomb anything. Then who did? What was that? Jurgen escaped from prison thanks to the rest of Team Gatling? So, he's free. Damn. He seems relieved after hearing the news. He asked me for one last favor, to inform a mutual friend that the ringer is now free. Luckily, that friend is in the next city. I step into the poisonous swamp and run into Godlike. As usual, she wants a battle after I ruined another one of her catches. Spirit destroys most of her team, but Aspusa Chaos discards. On Route 10, I run into Danis and Gala joins us again. We ended up having a pretty wholesome moment at the beach, and these two even go swimming. Before that, you already know what's going through Danis' head.
I know Dane's just like... Women in underwear?
He opens up a bit more and tells us how his parents accidentally gave him the same name twice. Since he struggles to come up with a proper forename, Galar suggests Leon, the Galar champion. Apparently Danis was in Galar some time ago, and he kinda likes it too. Leader Romero suddenly shows up just to warn them that a bunch of tentacruel live in the water. But low-key, bro was just trolling. I also quickly stop by Route 9, pick up more allies, including this lovely regional Swablu. Before reaching the city, I find another inscription about the Great Spirit and humanity. It says a divine flame burns within us, one that may even connect us to the spirit itself. I reach Galerna City, and near the beach is the cave where the ringer and Remington's friend resides. There's a lot of delibirds in here, but more importantly, a lot of moolah. I check the picture on the table and see it matches the second part I have. It also seems this is the friend who was a very different delibird compared to the others. I step into this huge museum and see Apollo and Vera inside. He tells me the blonde dude is Dalio, the city's gym leader. As Dalio is speaking, a young kid tries to challenge him, but I think we already know how it will go. I found this part pretty funny because after winning, he tries to motivate the kid and gives him a Pokeball. He says,
"It's one I used to catch my first Pokemon when I was your age." Sir, that's a decorative Pokeball you bought as a souvenir from a trip to Oh my days. It's just thank you for your visit and we hope you come back soon. Please, have a very important talk with his kid.
fuck. Apollo introduced himself, but I don't think Dali has it easy remembering his name. He explains who we are, but low-key, this guy was making moves on Apollo's fiancé.
It really is looking like an angel. Would you like me to show you the paradisical secrets of the beach of Galerna City? Mr. Dalio, I'm here! What? Apollo, you gotta let that go! Your fiance agreeing to this? She don't even know the dude! What?
But in return, you'll have to let me interview you about the certain personal issues in your life.
This is like a fair deal to me. The attitude you had with Vera wasn't right, was it? No, you better get that sorted out ASAP.
Also find a pretty cool NPC which starts playing a familiar tune.
Isn't it a new Evangelion anime dropping?
We head into his crib and also meet Red and Vermilion. Dalo explains why he gathered all of us here and tells us about the Tear of Kuranes. We get some backstory from when the conquerors of Iberia first set foot on these lands.
Yeah, so is Pokemon Iberia not another Spanish variant? Can somebody let me know? Because when I searched up like the Luvander thing or whatever, it said Pokemon Iberia. No, that is from that game.
There were many stories about how they interacted with the natives of Cefira, but at one point they helped the Chorador clan, and as a reward, they were given the gemstone known as the Smoky Tear. However, on their way back, a violent storm struck their ship, sinking both the crew and the Tear. The wreck happened relatively close to Galerna City. In short, he wants to recover the item without the government finding out, which is why he needed Apollo. Or I guess, Pucholo? He doesn't like lying, but he keeps his word. Gives a mission to me, Apollo, and surprisingly Vermilion as well. We head underwater, but start hearing some rumbling. Hopefully it's nothing dangerous. Right? We find the ship and begin exploring inside. It looks like the souls of the Iberian conquerors still linger here. They weren't too strong, but it did allow Hyper to evolve. I find the gem in the final room, but then the rumbling happens again. We skedaddle out of there, but right outside the ship, a giant white whale attacks me. Is this a whole Moby Dick reference or what? I tried catching it, and the dialogue definitely had me chuckling.
Don't steal, you son of a bitch!
I defeat it, and we head back to the surface to give Dalio the stone. Apollo asks what he plans to do with it, when suddenly a mysterious person appears. Her name is Jengi, and she's the current leader of the Torador clan. She takes the stone and leaves. It was nice seeing that all he really wanted was to return it to its original owners. This Dahlia guy might really be him. But Apollo still wants the information he has on Team Gatling, but Dahlia says he'll share it after battling me first. Diamond did a great job, but it's time for Amethyst to step in. I do what I do best, and is accountable against this mofo. A lot of our allies reach their final forms, making me more confident than ever.
But some of the main stars on his team obviously gotta beat Vineball, bro. Look at that shit. Oh, bro, Tangrowth has not been failing me, bro. Back in Distillation, it popped the fuck off. And look at Lurandres, bro. He's a fire ghost type. Unfortunately, my fucking nature still sucks ass. But he looks sick, bro.
The plan was simple: lead Graveler, set up rocks, and win. But as always, these guys run a Galvantula, and I immediately thought,
There's a big chance you have Giga Drain.
and I was basically right. Lurandres burns into a crisp, a lantern comes out. I swap into Elegant, and unfortunately get paralyzed. Still, I go for a Calm Mind, then a max Holy Regen. After 2 boosts, I fire off a nasty Psychic, then finish with Draining Kiss. He sends out Toxtricity, and the only thing I could think of was,
Oh, you're done for.
Magnetism comes out, forcing me to switch. I go into Sandaconda, but underestimate the damage. I pivot into Muck, who at least has decent special defense, but here's where I messed up. I forgot to give it Bulldoze. He paralyzes me with Discharge and pops a full restore. I heal up Lurandres and switch back in, hoping to finish the job. That darn light screen ruins everything, and I get paralyzed again.
That's so unfair. That's so unfair.
I put way too much faith in Vineball's special defense because one flash cannon almost one-shots it. I use my last heal on Lurandres and Vineball ends up fainting. The plan almost fell apart, but we still pull through.
What a electrifying fight. But it can even be more so. Like, if he just had Sturdy, I would not be worried about no fucking energy ball. But now this thing is out. And it's gonna kick ass.
Our Wolf lands an Ice Fan before going down. Aloki thought it was electric flying, so I clicked Psychic for max damage, only to realize Draining Kiss was super effective and got the KO. Shout out Elegance for the carry. He's pleased with the battle, but more importantly, he has a big announcement.
Listen to me well, Cephirians. I announced that from today begins the construction of a new Pokémon League for Cefira. Yes! I already bought a new stadium in Boreal City, and I'm going to invest all the necessary capital to make it look spectacular. I challenge all the talented trainers in the world to participate in my Pokémon League. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, child or adult, bald or decent person. You're all welcome to join my new Pokémon League, the most spectacular in the history of Sapphira. This is really the power money can buy. And now I'm proud to present my badge to this promising young trainer. Give a big round of applause to Kelvy.
Wow, this dude is crazy, but I'm all in for it. Apollo hears about the win and wants to meet me at the beach. But first, it was finally time to build a real team. We got the best, the Altaria, Fiona, the Swamp Monster, and Squizzler. We stare out at the ocean, and he starts reminiscing about when we used to sit by the riverbank in Breezetown. Life felt easier back then. Being a kid instead of an adult forced to accept what the world really is like. But he remembers how passionate we were about becoming trainers and battling each other. He wants to feel that again. And finally, challenging me to a battle.
I was wondering, are we gonna fight our pal Apollo?
He leads with Mamoswine, so I swap it to Fiona and eventually take it out with Surf. If I had more HP and defense, I wouldn't be worried about this Darmanitan. But I end up switching to Lurandres, chip it before going down. I let the best do what he does best, killing this glass cannon. I don't know why I did this, but I switched into Vine Ball and immediately got one-tapped by Icy Whip. Since when did Empoleon get Signal Beam? Getting confused on the second hit made everything worse. Terrible situation, forcing me to sack Fiona, but Elegance lands a crazy hit. His Braviary goes for bulk, let me get one more T-Bolt off. I knew Elegance was dying next turn, so I sacked the best, but thankfully Static activates. She finally outspeeds and finishes it, but his last one is Alakazam. I stay in since Elegance trades Braviary's sheer force. Thankfully I survived a Shadow Ball, which lets me fire off a boosted Moonblast. Since it did a one-shot, I go into Squizzler and finish it with Sucker Punch.
Apollo clearly got that dog in him.
Apollo is amazed by Kelvy's strength and acknowledges them both as prodigies, possibly among the strongest trainers in Cefira. He shares something he's been working on, something only a few people know about.
What I'm going to tell you is known by few people at the moment. I expect discretion from you. Alright. What is it? I want to become the president of the region, Kelvy. Okay, see, this I would be gassing up too. If I knew this guy, I would be gassing up like this too. I'm going to present my candidacy, and I've been looking for support for some time, including that of leader Dalio, who is a very influential person. That's why I'm working so hard to take down Team Gatling. I want people to realize that I'm willing to give everything to maintain order and justice. You know me, don't you? You know that money and power mean nothing to me. What I have always wanted is to feel that I have contributed something positive to the world. Our current president, Mustang, you know what's going on. His government is totally corrupt and ineffective. Bad times are coming and the world needs someone who really wants to change things. To return the Pokemon world to its former glory and for no one to suffer poverty and hunger ever again. That's all I want. And you, Kelvy, who I led a much humbler life than I have, will be my perfect right-hand man.
He reveals that both Abano and Vera are involved as well, and judging by the situation, the next election may turn in his favor.
Bro, this guy better not die. If this guy dies, I'm actually ending it, bro.
More confident than ever in his vision, he tells Kelvy his next batch awaits in Tempest City. Before leaving, he gives him one final message.
Next time we meet, I need to be much stronger, because I will not stop training. I'm looking forward to it, my friend.
Kelvy continues toward the city, running into Mundanas along the way. As expected, our striker wins the battle flawlessly. Right after the battle, Abano rushes towards Kelvy. He says he's finally uncovered the truth behind the mysterious Pokemon that communicates with the Ringer and with his mother. He tells him to be in Tempest City, and Kelvy immediately heads off.
This is a pretty tech-savvy city, but a good one. For example, this lady lets you change your Pokemon's abilities. I may or may not have headbutted an Aggron and watched their women explode, but I eventually meet up with Abano and Gala. Apparently, Abano invited her too. We meet the scientist Peonia, who's also a gym leader of Tempest City, and she seems to understand the nature of our visions. We entered a secluded room, only to be met what I thought was his sister, but it turns out to be Peonia's clone. They tell us the story of the Astral Guardian, Astral. It all goes back hundreds of years. The natives of Cefira and the settlers constantly fought for control of the land. A massive battle was about to happen, but Astral intervened. He separated both sides, which eventually led to peace. However, the Great Spirit disapproved of what he did and sealed him away in the Astral Plane. Gala still isn't sure what we're supposed to do with this information, but they tell us to climb the Astral Tower. It's said to be a place of worship for Astrum, and it may give us more answers. But as soon as we leave, we find out Team Gatling is heading there too. Luckily, our good old pal Donna shows up, so the three of us set out to fight them. As I approach the tower, I see Deringer and another dude who slapped the fuck out of these civilians. His name is Winchester, which is funny, because I always name my floatzel that. I pick up a few more allies along the way. The tower is filled with a ton of grunts, but they go down easily. Eventually we catch up to them, but strangely enough, the Ringer seems to recognize Gala. In fact, he orders Winchester to capture her, but first, he has to get through me. He's a big old dude with a big old afro, but that didn't stop me from whooping his ass. Loses right in front of his boss, and the Ringer looks extremely disappointed. Gala scolds Winchester, but bro completely loses it, crying and rambling about some country house they were supposed to have. We're going to have a little garden, a little farm with chickens. What are chickens? I think he's delusional. In the end, Mundanas actually convinced him to abandon his criminal life and turn himself in. We see Deringer at the statue of Astrum, once again claiming he's the chosen one. He truly believes everything he's done in life has led up to this moment. But I swear, Donis is dead as just a comic relief. Let me get this straight. The world is really going to end? Wow, and here I'm worrying about getting a master's degree in finance. No, but Donis is actually relatable, bro. Genuinely, he's just your average guy, bro. Gala reminds him he's not the only one Ashton has spoken to, and that clearly struck a nerve, because he wasn't even speaking English at this point. Okay, so let me translate this, bro. Suponía que estarían otras personas con la sensibilidad suficiente como para escuchar las palabras de Astral. Pero eso no significa nada! He claims something dark has been prophesied to approach this planet for tens of thousands of years. He believes he's the one destined to stop it, and he knocks out Gala's and Donna's Pokemon. But I've had enough of this bullshit. I'm taking this guy down. Right now. Now, Elegance, come to my goal! Dang it. I didn't expect it to do that much damage. If the Drowsy doesn't go down after this hit, I might have made a crucial mistake. Sutsuto! Blue Andres! Frame Frua! For Ninja! Sorry, buddy, but you did your best. Now, Energy Ball! Incredible. I never knew Kelly was this strong. Well, I always knew. He always kicked my ass. Squizzler! Circle Punch! Wait. What? Grimsnarl. Being a fairy dark type puts Squizzler at a bad advantage, but I have to play my cards safe here. It's most likely going for a fairy type move. The best could definitely tank a hit, but if he doesn't outspeed the next turn, it could be a brutal beatdown. Screw it. Sucker Punch! Dang it! That heal ruined my plan, but even after switching into the best, he still dodges the attack and takes him down. But you know what? I've had enough of this shit. I'll play this game for far too long. Blood Rune, Secret Arts, Concentrated Heavily Overdrive. Yeah! What does this mean? No! It's a lie! This has to be a hallucination! Another test I have to pass!
The Ringer is in utter shock, as he has never been defeated before. Gala tells him to surrender and accept defeat, but he refuses. He sends out his Greninja and captures Mundanis. With a hostage in hand, he takes time to read the tablets before preparing to leave. They disappear, and the group realizes they now need to rescue Danis. Gala uses the moment to read the tablets and learns about the requirements needed to find Astral. She takes one of the flowers and gives one to Kelvin. Upon leaving the tower, he reunites with the others, and one of them prepares to turn himself in. But it may still prove useful first. With the 7th gym approaching, it was time for Blue Sapphire to shine.
Not only have they gained remarkable strength, but new allies. The leader Aquos has achieved a new level of military might. Just like Gorky, you have embodied the true striker soul. I don't know what type this gym is. I don't care what they throw at us. I fully believe that our current strikers got this in the bag. It looked like a psychic type gym, but instead of being worried, I was confident. Until... Wait. Is this really better be a double battle? At least the crowd was packed, so I made sure to put on a show. Oh. You sure got some, blocking, Kelby. Sigil forced me to switch Psycho into Goozer, then T-Bolt with Quiriel. It was hitting hard, but that's because it was holding choice specs. I tried to T-Bolt with Goozer, only to realize Quiriel's Lightning Rod activates. I didn't know that an allied electric move could trigger it, so I basically just made our Flying Beast even stronger. I healed Goozer once, then KO Sigilyph. I used another regen on Quiriel, landing a juicy crit, but barely surviving. I swap into Cairo and let Goozer take down Gardevoir. I focus down the Claydol next turn, while Hariyama takes Goozer out. Thankfully, both Psycho and Flower Mane finish it all. I get the badge, but the leader wants me back at the lab. Everyone is gathered, and it looks like Winchester is about to reveal something important. He introduces himself and explains why he joined Team Gatling. Apparently the group changed drastically after the Pokémon League incident, but according to him, it wasn't an attack from them, nor a bomb. But... was a government experiment! What are you saying? That is very serious accusation! Government experiment, like you can never trust the government, bro. But of course this didn't make sense, because the Ringer turned himself in, right? Winchester explains what actually happened. The league was running normally, but when strong trainers battle, they replaced large amounts of Pokesense. So when many trainers gather in one place like the league, the government tried to exploit that energy. Beneath this stadium was a secret lab attempting to harvest the Pokésense being released. He didn't know exactly why they wanted the energy, but something went wrong with the machine and that instability caused the explosion. After that, people began to speculate about the origin of the explosion. The vast majority pointed to Team Gatling as being responsible, since we were very active during those years. But there were media outlets that pointed out that there were things that didn't add up, that there was no conclusive evidence about the real culprits. Like, this is some real life shit though, cause look, this is obviously a very big event, casually killing a bunch of people in Pokemon. But IRL, people be setting people up, anybody believing anything on the news, no sort of critical thinking at all, just NPCs. The president and the ringer met in secret and struck a deal. The ringer would take responsibility for the explosion and declare Team Gatling guilty, while turning himself in. In exchange, his sentence would be quietly manipulated and the rest of the team would receive enough money to retire for life. He accepted a deal, but things changed when he supposedly began losing his mind in prison. He started writing letters describing the visions he was having and the mission he believed he had to fulfill. A mission even greater than Team Gatling itself. The sheriff is dumbfounded and asks for proof, which Winchester says lies within their base. I like how the sheriff isn't, just blinded like an NPC. He's actually shit, this shit might really be true though. He agrees to show me where the base is located, but suddenly Abano rushes out. I go check on him, and he reveals he used to work for the government researching Pokésense. He was one of the main devs behind the machine to absorb it, but abandoned it to personal issues. However, they continued it, but failed. He feels responsible for the incident. A Peonia shows up and basically tells him to lock the fuck in.
Listen to me well, Winchester. You better not think of tricking or harming Kelvin anyway. If you do, you'll be dealing with my Pokemon by my fist. Do you understand me?
Pull up to the base, and before leaving, he drops some bars. Life will change you. It will change you a lot, and that is something you will not be able to avoid. Try to retain even a small part of who you are now.
Don't let it disappear.
Anyway, good luck in pursuing your destiny. Who would have thought a musclehead like that was actually smart? But he's right. I've been through countless adventures, and there are so many more ahead. I can't forget the whole reason I'm doing this. The place is filled with grunts, but also some Pokemon I could catch. Eventually, I find a room where Donis is being held. The safe containing the contract is also here, but I need a master key, which I got from this guy. The game actually lets you play blackjack, and I somehow still lose, even though this dude goes past 21.
Wait, how did I lose?
I get the stuff in the safe, free Donis, and he tells me I had a chat with the ringer, saying he's on his way to the White Mountains. But as we leave through the elevator, he recognizes this place. In fact, it's the government headquarters and is connected to the Gatling base. He wants to get to the bottom of this, but almost right after, this happens.
Oh! You see, it's always the government, bro. It's always some bullshit with the government.
The guard looks confused at first, but quickly noticed me. They tried to overwhelm me, but I beat them easily. Shortly after, Apollo shows up, and for a moment, I genuinely thought bro betrayed us. The way he spoke here just felt off, but together, we had to confront the president. Now that I've discovered the Gatling base, the president doesn't know what to do with me. He explains the passage was built by the previous government to deal with Gatling and that they're planning to seal it. He wants me to stay quiet about everything, even dropping a nasty threat.
You know anything about to happen to her, do you?
Boy, don't even think about it. I don't think Apollo liked that comment either.
The president is confused by Apollo's defiance, but he refuses to tolerate the extortion of his friend's family. He already learned the truth from Dahlia and orders Mustang to surrender, but Mustang refuses. He tries justifying everything, claiming it was done for the sake of the region, but Apollo still questions why he allowed what happened 7 years ago. Mustang explains the Pokésense reserves were meant to prepare for the coming crisis. Even scientists have detected strange climate anomalies. Could this connect to the dangers seen in the visions? Mustang decides he's done talking and settles it in a battle.
Suchoto Guza!
I have tried. I have failed. and I've been defeated. Now it's my turn to pay the consequences. After losing, Mustang hands over the presidency to Apollo, but warns he will soon realize how difficult the role is. Remember me and these words when the day comes when you stop recognizing yourself. A gun! What intend to do, you lunatic? As you will understand, dear Apollo, I'm not willing to spend the next few of my years of my life in Caligine prison, and I don't want to shoot two young people for a bright future like you either. So I offer the easiest and most honorable solution. See you soon. It took me a second to realize how deep this was. Apollo is ashamed of what Mustang has done and says he shall repay the debt owed to society. Corruption is something he never wants to understand.
Cefira went through intense weeks after the scandal. Apollo became the youngest president in history and immediately began reforms to stabilize the economy, build alliances, and maintain transparency. But unfortunately, dark events were already approaching.
Los hábitos habían empezado a darse cuenta. Algo horrible se notaba en el área y los Pokémon asustados parecían estar yendo de algo. La catástrofe que Astral había profetizado estaba en punto de 100 dólares e iba a sacudir a todo el planeta.
Facts, bro. This nigga talking about some facts, bro. I understood like 3 words. A month passes, and I kinda go on a holiday. I know, I'm supposed to be saving worlds, but sometimes your boy needs a break. I meet Apollo upstairs. It looks like the Alliance meetings are going well. He tells me Dalio is close to finishing the League and really wants me to join. But I still need my last badge, which is in Ensenada City. Ebano walks in saying he discovered the possible location of Astral. Apparently it's somewhere in Sierra Boreal Mountains, which is also where the Ringer is headed. Since it's past Ensenada City, I make my way there, but Gala catches up to me first. She also knows where Astral may be in the mountains and wants a battle to keep us prepared. I had a bad lead, so Gooser got sacked. My flower main one-shots the next mon. That Zelta hits hard as hell, but my flying type is stronger, forcing the switch. I pivot into Cairo, spam bulldoze, and take it down. Now, Cairo! Extreme Speedo! I switch into Psycho for the mean shout, but she U-turns into Gas Tesla. Good thing Psycho is bug type, because it beats the grass out of that snail. 2 side shocks, finish the job. She says she'll meet in Ensenada City, then casually jumps over me like he's Sonic or some. Since I finally unlocked Rock Climb, I backtrack a bit and pick up some new members. After a few battles, I arrived in Ensenada City, and there were definitely some interesting individuals. But I quickly head west to Route 14 and almost immediately get overwhelmed by the weather. Whoa, this is slow. The storm is getting more and more intense. I can barely see shit. You start to lose your senses. My Arcanine next to me.
It seems Kelvy is rescued, and interestingly, Gala is there too. It was gym leader Bresso who found him. He says only fools would traverse these mountains, but he knows they're far from ordinary. Their reputation has spread through their victories across the gym challenge. He questions why they are traveling, but Gala remains firm, saying only that they're trying to solve a mystery that could impact the entire region, or perhaps the world. Bresso tells them an enchanted bonfire exists at the summit, set to connect people to the astral planes. Regarding the mystery they pursue, Bresso may know more. Over the past month, Pokemon have started disappearing, not migrating, but vanishing entirely. He suspects a supernatural force may be moving them somewhere safer.
Is it fucking Astral? He's out there like, yo, you gotta get the fuck. He's like, you gotta get the fuck out of here. We about to go through some dark ass times.
You're a neighbor, aren't you, girl? You know all those tales of the Great Spirit. The Great Spirit will take Pokemon when they are in danger. That's what your myths say, right?
Gala still believes it sounds like fairy tales, but something clearly isn't right. She insists they must reach the summit quickly, but Bresso warns it is currently too dangerous. He gives them an infusion and tells them to stay the night. As they rest, they share stories from their adventure. But not long after falling asleep, something strange happens to our hero.
We have arrived. This is it. We have finally arrived.
Yes,
The legend was true. Now, we have made it our own. Wait a minute. Is someone watching us? Who the fuck is this? Someone is spying on us in their dreams. A young man? Come closer, kid. Why don't you tell me your name? Say nothing.
You're leaving now? We haven't met yet. Just because I don't know you doesn't mean I can't hate you.
Who are you? What the fuck, bro? I'm not saying it to no fucking stranger. Now watch that be some ending alternate.
Gala experiences the same dream of the mysterious woman trying to harm, but this doesn't slow them down. Feeling stronger and warmer from the infusion, they continue climbing.
Brisso, thank you. Good luck on your adventures, Kelvy. I'll be awaiting you. We climbed and battled for a while, but at least the team kept getting stronger.
Icebreaker.
But just as Gala makes another jump, the ringer himself appears. She asks why he refuses to work with us, but he's still stuck in his chosen one mindset, and the fact that sabotage Gatling. To my surprise, he kicks her and says, "Go home, light blue-haired woman. I do know who they are, but I must warn you that they are looking for you. And if they find you, the same fate awaits you as your bro."
Oh! Who is looking for her, bro?
But what do you know about all that?
I've been able to see many things and meet many people in my dreams. I told you, if I were you, I would hide in the most remote place in the world and start traveling around. Oh, damn, that's some fuck shit must have happened, bro. I don't know how he knows about her family, but he clearly injured her badly. The storm starts getting worse, so we search for a place to rest. She figures I'm curious about what the ringer told her earlier, but she stays defensive about it. All she says is that it happened a long time ago. As she falls asleep, I hear her repeating the name Adian over and over, until Zato has to call me. But it seems someone is watching us from afar. We notice it and keep climbing. Eventually, we ran into the ringer again. This time, she confronts him directly about Adian. He claims he spoke with the person who captured him, saying he's no longer the Adian he once was and that she should forget about him. Of course she refuses, but she heals my team, saying I need to defeat him.
Do you accept my duel then, Kelvy? This time, I'll go with everything I have. Who is the true chosen one? Who will save the world from destruction? Let's dance.
Dragon Pulso!
Do well, pal.
Now, Kairo, Kamoto, Frame Floor! Switchoto, Curio! Countered! Now, the King of the Waters, Aquos, Kamoto! Sacred Sword! Now, Icebreaker!
A hair cannot lose. It'd go against my moral principle of any story.
What clearly is that?
It doesn't matter. Arcus took a pretty heavy blow from that last attack. However, I have to trust the rest of my strikers to deal with this thing.
Psycho, Kamoto!
Not bad. However, nothing Zen for ya, buddy.
No, impossible! How could I, the great Durunga, have lost to a nobody?
Why? Why can't I beat you, Kelvy?
Do you understand now, Duringer? There's no chosen one. We're in this together. Astral wants us to work together.
No, that is impossible. I'm the hero of this story. The only one there is.
Duringer, see reason.
I've reasoned enough. If I accept your theory, if there really is no chosen one, it means that there is no justification for all the evil acts that I've committed throughout my life. I won't accept it. No! I'll get to ask him for anyone else, and he'll see too that I'm worthy.
It's not that way. Look at you. You're on the verge of hypothermia. You lose your life if you go the wrong way.
My instinct will never fail me, and if I have to die, so be it.
Will dying in vain be the end of your great journey? And all for refusing to collaborate because you consider us inferior?
Or inferior. If you were in my head, if you could see what I see, you would really notice. Our paths part here. I promise you I will save the world. The time will come when the whole world will remember me fondly. The Ringer, managed to save us all. What a guy. After everything, we finally reached the summit. The bonfire Bresso mentioned is here, and Gal suggests we throw the flowers into it. A thick smoke rises, and suddenly...
Why are you looking at me like that? Hey, are you okay? Your face is a bit weird.
Are you okay? Hey, where are you going, Kelvy? Wait, I'm leaving too.
You. Astral.
I've been waiting for you for a long time, Kelvy. Few human beings would have been able to make it this far. Now, you must pass one final test. Pokeballs are useless. Lean on your fellow Pokemon and battle me.
Holy crap!
Shell more frightening up close, and sure as hell is strong.
Curiel! Dangoburta! Suchoto! Sai!
Alright then.
Heavily Overdrive! Aquos! Icebreaker!
Dang it! Even being in my heavy lower breath state, still managed to dodge the attack. However, I'll make sure to hit this next blow. Gusu takes the bow, letting me regenerate Aquos. Now, let this be the ice that breaks through any opponent! You have done very well. You Pokemon fully trust me.
Oh, I feel so dizzy. It's as if I suddenly traveled to another dimension.
You both passed the test. Congratulations.
Asham says he waited a long time for someone to answer his call. He sent out his voice to anyone capable of hearing him, but Gala immediately asked why their families had to be affected. The damage it caused, even to the Ringer, is irreversible. Asham explains that nobody was chosen. The call was meant for the entire world. He still doesn't understand why only certain people can hear him, but he says,
perhaps your bloodlines were blessed by the Great Spirit eons ago, and you have inherited that power. Or perhaps you could say something else. That feeling again. Right. Not too long ago, I did find out that I was rooted in Arif, and as I went up on my journey, I started to feel something on the inside. Not something bad, I'd say, but this energy. But for now, that's all it is.
Despite everything, Asham apologizes for the harm the visions have caused. Still, he has an urgent message. They may be the only ones capable of saving this world. He confirms that disappearing Pokemon are the work of the Great Spirit. Gala struggles to believe this, since the Great Spirit is said to protect the bond between humans and Pokemon. Asham then explains the origin of Pokemon. Millions of years ago, when Earth was still young, the Great Spirit arrived, just as he had done with many other planets, creating Pokemon. At first, they were primitive beings, but evolved into what they are today. The Spirit never expected humans to develop on this planet. Yet, humans and Pokemon formed a bond. After that, the Great Spirit entered a state of stasis. Gala recalls his location as the Jet Hills in western Cefira. But Astral warns that if the spirit is not stopped, he will take every Pokemon and leave for another planet. They're still confused about what danger is coming until Astral reveals the truth. Not all of the spirit's creation turned out well.
What he creates in particular became corrupted, fusing with the toxic composition of this planet and giving it a rise to our ravenous and cruel Pokemon. This Pokemon devoured the planet on which it had been created, but that did not appease its hunger. For millions of years, it has wandered the universe devouring other planets, and with them all, the Pokemon that inhabited them. Terra.
Wait, this is... Wait, bro. This is looking even like heavy Xenoverse vibes, bro.
Unctenna is approaching the planet. Ash and Bleed's strong bond between humans and Pokemon, and the Pokesense they release has drawn its attention. This is why the Great Spirits are removing the Pokemon, to protect them, leaving humanity behind. But a defense system exists that can protect the world, but Ashram is currently too weak. However, in Western Cefira lives a person with an extraordinary spirit. In 28 days, their paths will cross. They must find this person, because they may be the one capable of saving every life form on the planet. Before Ashram disappears, Gala asks why he's willing to help them. He explains that long ago, a human once helped him. He doesn't want to see this planet fall.
May the wind always blow at your back. Natika.
Knowing what may be coming, Gala realizes they must become stronger and prepare to earn their final badge.
You go first. I think I'm going to take a good nap after everything that's happened. I wish I had your energy. Nothing manages to exhaust you, as if a strange force were pushing you to keep moving forward.
Thank you. We may have some pals on the team that may be currently exhausted, but getting some help from Bright Diamond and Grand Amethyst, I think we got this in the bag. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get this final badge. Yes. If I'm going to be honest, this gym was really easy. It had a cool design, but once me and Nomadlocke dies, his fate was sealed. Frostmoth, gone. Beartick, gone. Mammothswine, gone. Walrein, slashed. He may have taken down my Psycho, but Spectre was gonna clean up this motherfucker. With Bresso defeated, I finally earned my last badge. As soon as I step out the gym, Bresso rushed off to save someone in the mountains, and it turns out to be the Ringer. This guy's generally a good man, and I honestly felt bad when he indirectly revealed his wife had passed away. It was time to head to the League. I was actually preparing Bright Diamond, but the truth is, this squad barely saw any action since I reached the League pretty quickly. Don't get me wrong, the team's still saucy, but yeah. I first arrived in Tramontana town, and inside the canteen, I met Dalio and many others. Mondanes seems to be missing, but the briefing begins anyway. Dalio explains how the League challenge works. It's divided into 3 rounds. On the first day, challengers battle each other to advance. On the second day, the winner faces 3 gym leaders. And on the final day, they face the champion, which is... Yep, Professor Bond will be the champion. Ivano must be strong as shit. Oh! Ivano! Vamos! Before heading to Victory Road, we find Donis outside the canteen. He's been thinking a lot, and it feels like he shouldn't compete in the League. Ever since Galen captured him, he sees himself as more of a burden. But then something catches Red's attention, and he offers to train Donis personally. At first he hesitates, but what? But that is solely against human rights! What are we... Ah! No! Donis, wait! How is it that Mondanes can understand what Mr. Red is saying? You should start training now. Yeah, well, that's asking the real questions here. How? How? As I prepare to enter Victory Road, Bresso stops me. While saving the Ringer, he mentioned asking about me and Gala. He wants to know where we were, but Bresso, being a real G, didn't snitch. Then I have to go looking for them. I have some very important information to give you. A clue to reach the Great Spirit and defeat Unctenna. Unctenna? What the hell is that? The Ringer! For the most part, the Victory Door wasn't anything crazy, but one small mistake led to something amazing. I forgot to give some Pokemon the XP share, which meant the repels didn't fully work, so I still ran into wild encounters. But when I tell you this mistake was meant to happen, I truly mean it. Oh my days. Oh my days. Oh my days. Oh my days! In all of our Nomadlocke adventures, aside of all the reborn games that has increased shiny rates, this has never happened. Never. Ever. Ever. Without hesitation, I name him Akira after my goal from Devilman. If you haven't heard me say this 100 times already, Salamence really looks like Devilman's old design. I finally reached Boreas City where the League is held. Knowing this is the grand showdown and the end of East Cefira, I had to do this. But I still want to give a shout out to all the community members, even though if I didn't get to use everybody. Obviously, we have Spectre, Rumps, Momo, Da Swine, Quiriel, Amanda, Sefina, Bobbe, Ayo Chop, Toxic Style, Prince Ursa, Hyperzam, Candalucha, Houndred.
I mean, Lurandres, Loudmind 75, Right Kitty, Frankie D, Squizzler, Elix, and the best. And I hit my mic. Lovely. Let us now make the team that will take on the Pokémon League. Quirial. This guy will be our tailwind setter. Aquos, the fucking king of the seas. Elegance, the shining and bright Gardevoir. The best, the choice specs demon. Fineball, this spiky ass, tough ass ball. And Spectre, the fast fire cat that will blitz through everything. With choice bundle. Right before entering, our guy Mondanes stops me. He talks about his journey, saying he never expected to make it this far. And honestly, I'm proud of his development. He did train under Red, so I'm expecting him to be strong. And apparently, even Vermilion has his own YouTube channel now. This kept his PokeTube channel since 3000. How much you subscribe to me if you haven't already? And I mean, bro, if you this deep into the video, like, what are you actually waiting for, though? Because I know some of y'all, like, kind of like, should I? Like, I know what's this front to the video. I kind of like the video. Should I click it? Should I not? Is the next video gonna be good? And the answer is yes. I have full confidence in my abilities to create an experience you've never seen before. I step through the entrance and see myself and the others lined up. Apollo opens with a speech. He knows everyone has suffered these past few years, but today marks a new era. Pokemon battles have always been the foundation of this region, and today he wants us to give it everything we've got. The first match is me versus Gala. Neither of us expected to face each other immediately, but she's tired of seeing that grin on my face and wants to wipe it off. You bombs! Hey! Who the fuck said that shit? First up is Lycanroc. Now, Suisoto, Vainamori! Attack! Suisoto, Kabusto! The Stealth Rocks and Flamethrower added up a bit more damage than I expected. With the specs boosting the best attack, I'm expecting this Dragon Ball to kill it in one blow. Now, Dragon Pulso! Amazing! Suisoto! Now, Sleepy Boulder! Dang it, that crit really saved her. Thunderbolt! Come on now, I'm going to show you what is my strongest Pokemon! Suisoto! Now, Spectre! Thank you so much. I'm glad to have made it this far with you. I defeat Gala, and she tells me I have to win. I need to become stronger for Astral's mission. Next up is Youngblood Vermilion, who Dolly reminds everyone is Red's grandson. But Red actually stops everything to make a speech. The crowd gets hyped, but Vermilion cuts him off. He says this is his moment. For too long, he's just been known as Red's grandson, and now he wants to prove who he is himself. And honestly, I respect it. Let's run it, Vermilion. I go for a Tailwind and follow up with Thunderbolt. But he U-turns into Snorlax. I pivot into Aquos, and even though I get paralyzed, Guts activates and starts doing massive damage. We both heal, but this time, he lets PGR drop. I counter swap into Vine Ball, and even though he goes down, the Besta comes out and one-shots it with Storm Surge. And his Gyarados suffers the exact same fate. Soon after, the Snorlax falls as well. He actually looks satisfied, and you can even see the tears of pride in Red's eyes. We say our goodbyes, but last up is my boy Donis. Before the battle, he tells me his former boss is now the normal type gym leader, and he can't wait to prove him wrong. Then he asks me, "And what is your motivation? You always keep that aura of mystery." Well, maybe we can talk about that another time. We go blow for blow, nearly knocking each other out. I pivot into Elegance, then take him down. Pine Ball handles the big elephant, but then Lunai comes out. Knowing my mon is useless here, I pop Holy Region on Query. Aquos! Liquidation! Focus Blast! He
sounds up Persian, so I switch into the best and take it down. His final mon is a Licky, which is way more annoying than expected, especially since my choice band seemed bugged. But eventually, I took it down. He's proud of how far he's come, and the crowd loved his performance. He wishes me luck, tells me it's all up to me.
Oh shit. Vence a los líderes y por último vence al profesor Ebano. Azul por todos!
Facts, bro. That's facts. That's facts. After the matches, I head to the hotel and meet the group. The first has been a huge success, and Apollo wishes Ebano could have seen it, but he says, I will take advantage of every moment to train. Although I've been following the fights on TV while working on my triceps.
Ah, you're a fellow tricep trainer. Look at my huge bicep as I flex in front of you, Ebano. Do you see this? Ah, do you see this?
Turns out I had to do an interview, and depending on your answers, you actually receive a Pokemon. I'm not sure what the other options are, but I got another Machop. Except this one was bred to be stronger than normal. But it looks like Apollo has something important to tell us. Apollo announces that he and Vera are getting married. It was actually supposed to happen right now, but it's gotten too late, so the ceremony's moved to the next day. But the moment I leave the hotel, something goes wrong. Apparently some hooligans stole the champion trophy, so all of us head straight into the sewers to track it down. It doesn't take long to find them. They seem to represent the Cistianti clan, but something caught my attention. One of them shouted in the name of Makanawa for Unctenna. Isn't Unctenna the creature that's supposed to destroy the planet? I don't get it. After the battle, the claim Makanawa will be reborn, prophesied by Unctenna, and then disappears. Apollo believes there's a deeper motive here. The trophy itself isn't worth much materially, but stealing it could lower the morale across Cefira, almost like a political objective. He also notices the use of the name Makanawa. That's what the natives originally called Cefira before the settlers arrived. It's also used to describe a possible future where the natives reclaim the land entirely. Apollo still doesn't know what Unctenna really is, but believes it may be a war cry, suggesting the natives of West Cefira could be praying for rebellion. Dahlia thinks Apollo might be overthinking, but honestly, I can see where he's coming from. Back at the league, phase 2 begins. I have to battle 3 randomly selected gym leaders, and if I'm being honest, they all got washed. It wasn't even worth showing every fight.
You've tightened all the screws. Now you really grease all my machinery. Like, is he like trying to flirt with me? Like, it's giving a heart-stopping fight. Like, it's giving.
After clearing the second phase, I finally earned the right to face Ebano. He's proud I made it this far, almost shedding tears. But first, it's time for Apollo's wedding. I show up, and Ebano says the usual wedding speech stuff, until Donis interrupts with,
Long live the bride and groom! Haha, I think that the speak now forever hold your peace thing is in case you have something to say against the union, not the shit. Blah blah blah, jump your little speeches, come on!
Vera gives her a heartfelt speech, and when she asks Apollo if he accepts this union, he responds,
I
Vera, I choose you. With this music playing too, this immediately made me think of that one, didn't they do this in Gen 7? Was it Kukui?
it's a nice reference, bro.
This man has seen too many, soap operas. Well then, but a party gave me a little while ago. I now pronounce you man and wife.
We celebrate the night away, maybe a little too hard, because most of us end up falling asleep. But the vibes changed when Dalio entered. He wanted to speak with Ebano about tomorrow's match. I think I'm asleep, but I eavesdrop on their conversation.
Turns out they made a deal. When Ebano agreed to become champion, part of the league profits would go to those affected by the incident 7 years ago. Dalio wants Ebano to make this the most memorable league ever, and Ebano says he's been training non-stop, even surpassing his younger self. Dalio knows Kelvi's strong, but doubts he can beat Ebano. He then tells Ebano something unexpected. He wants him to let Kelvi win the battle.
There's no way he's that strong. There's no way he is that strong. He has to put himself down and let me win.
Ebano struggles to understand why this must happen, but Dalio explains this is the first league in years. Kelvi winning would reignite the dreams of the next generation of trainers. Still, Ebano refuses, knowing it goes against his ideals, and disrespects Kelvi. But Dalio continues to pressure him, reminding him how the families would benefit from the league's success. He even reminds Ebano of his involvement with the machine that caused the accident, and the chance to finally redeem himself. At first, he is speechless, but eventually, he bends the knee. Casting aside his pride, he agrees to do it for the people. Dalio then provides him with a team of popular Pokémon, that are noticeably weaker.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Vermilion and Red wish me luck before returning to Kanto. I step onto the stage as Dalio begins the announcement. Abano says he saw potential in me ever since he noticed a spark in my eyes and began the fight. With only 3 Pokemon on his side, I swap Vine Ball in to counter Pikachu and Lucario. Fortunately, due to exhaustion, I can't switch and she faints, but the best lands the finishing blow.
What a fight, Republic! What a fight! We just witnessed something unprecedented. The birth of a star. Victory goes to...
No! I will not continue with this farce, Dalio.
Listen to me, everyone. This match was rigged! I used a poorly trained Pokemon team to give Kelvin an easy win.
Oh, what a joker this man is.
What does this mean? Are that to scam us?
This wasn't a real match, of course. It was a small performance to leave you speechless. The real final fight will begin shortly.
This guy is PR trained. Oh, so this was another one of your tricks, Dalio? It seems that they caught him with the vanillish cart. Kelvy.
Oh, this thing! Now the real fight begins, Kelvy. I'll use my real team, the Pokemon that have been with me all my life. I want you to see my full power and try to defeat me. Come on, Kelvy! You have to win! You come too far! Don't screw up now!
Oh, the Dragon Ball themes! Oh my god, I forgot this theme even fucking existed.
Lizzie! Your son is battling in the Pokemon League. I'm going to turn on the TV so you can watch it. Kelvin. He's so handsome. That's my son!
The stadium full of people. Millions of people watching all over the world. That roar of joy that represents the perfect communion between humans and Pokemon. That's what I long for. The golden age of competition. It must be so much of my youth when I still have my whole life ahead of me. My heart's beating a mile a minute. The time has come, Kelvy. I'd like to wish you luck, but that's the end of the nonsense. We're no longer teacher and student. Right now, you're my rival, and I can only feel crushing you. Show me your strength. All you've got!
Alright then. I guess I'll have to turn it up a notch for you then, Abano. And I can tell, you might be one of the strongest people in this region.
Steelix! Quiriel! Calvato!
Wait.
Fine Ball didn't get healed!
Oh my god!
Now, Eternal! Steelix! Mega Evolve!
First person to use Mega Evolution in this region, and to land such a devastating blow on me as well. I hate to admit it, but this is going to be a tough fight. The Ice Fang is still going to put me below half HP. Is it really worth it to go all out with Flamethrower and hope for the best? It might be. Alright then, I guess it's time to show a bit of my true power, Abano.
Now, Spectre! Heavenly Overdrive! Crocodile! Spectre! One more time! But now, concentrated Heavenly Overdrive! Earthquake! Now, Aquos! Cameroto! Now, Ice Shoulder! Again!
I already know this Bouffalin's gonna hit as hard as a truck. Unfortunately, the last 2 remaining do not have good physical defense, but I don't want to let Aquos to fall here. Even if I heal, the odds of it doing massive damage is still high. What a situation you put me in. No. The wisest thing to do now would be to give it my absolute all.
Sacred Sword!
Aquos, you did good, buddy. Elegance, Kamuto!
Haxorus! Poison Jab!
Incredible. He's doing it.
This heat, this fire. Now, I remember. This is what it meant to be a Pokemon trainer. Abano, I truly appreciate you both as a professor and trainer. But I'm afraid this will be your end. In order to make sure I end you quickly, I'll combine a highly dangerous move I haven't used in a while. Back in LU, I know it almost teared through my body, only letting me withstand it for a few seconds. But since Heavenly Overdrive still acts as a domain to me and my allies, it allows them to share the benefits that I do. And if I mix it with my Burst Art, a technique that enhances my offensive blood and art attacks by 50 times, all of us strikers are leaving it up to you, Elegance. As long as she makes use of the ability for a couple of seconds, she won't suffer from brutal repercussions, but only a dip in stamina. Now, Blood Moon, Burst Art.
Heavenly Overdrive!
With all you had,
Amazing. Absolutely fantastic, Kelvy.
even though I wasn't the one I used it this time, it's still exhausting to manage. But it does make me think back to an idea I had before. Even though I was abroad in Arif, I still have faint memories of when I was back in Namora, and when I was ready to develop a new technique. One of them consisting mixing my Burst Art technique with my Heavenly Overdrive, amplifying it with my Genesis form, an autonomous region. But perhaps, this is something I have to be ready to deploy against Antenna. I'm exhausted. I'm at the end of my rope. 300 push-ups couldn't do that. But what is this feeling? What fullness I have? Well, folks, looks like there's a new champion in town. For some reason, I get escorted by Elegance's cousins, while the audience chants my name. Kelvin won in the end. Prone, I thought there was nothing left in the tank. What a titan Abano is. I don't think we'll get this fight off for our minds for another 1,000 years. And in words, Kelvin, you will have many things to say. Go on. Make a good speech that will leave us indifferent and finish it off! I got it. Finally, the spirit fragment is mine. We are fulfilling your wishes, Antenna. Makunawa will be ours again! Why can you see me? Do you have the same power as me? Do you also have the blessing of the Great Spirit? And there are others like you, right? Has that pest Astral chosen you? What a shame. I'll have to find you and kill you all. Kelvin, respond! Are you okay? Must have had a blood pressure drop or something. Let's get him to the hotel to rest. Quick!
When he wakes up, he finds himself beside Abano and Donis. Being the observant man he is, Abano realizes Kelvin didn't simply pass out. But Donis explains Gala left without saying a word, clearly shaken. Perhaps she saw the same vision. Abano thanks Kelvin again for the battle and says the link he and Silik share is something he will soon understand. As he leaves the room, Apollo checks on him. In short, they made an important discovery, and Opalo asks if Kelby is willing to travel to West Cefira. They have found the largest Pokésense deposit, enough to supply humanity for the next 50 years. And interestingly enough, is located in the Jet Hills. A meeting has already been arranged between Opalo and the native leaders, as they'll be trying to buy the Jet Hills. Adonis joins them as well, and together, they prepare to head to West Cefira.
West Cefira, huh? A place where almost no law exists. But perhaps there, I'll meet who I saw in my vision. They knew of me and the others, and Astral. They set out to kill us all. As if. Whoever that is, me and my Strikas will win no matter what. And if I have to give it my all and push myself to limits I've never been at before, then so be it. So, are you ready? For the adventure of West Cefira is about to begin.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm expecting this to be like 2 hours long or like 1 hour and 40. But listen, I want to keep it in one big episode, but high key, I'm not that big of a YouTuber to be able to pull out these 6-hour videos and it's getting like millions of views. I can't yet. But real shit though, thank you so much for making this far. And if you did, next to your comments, I want to see you type Opalo for a real G check. You got me? A lot of time was put into this video, and I truly hope you got an experience you've seen of this game that you've never seen on anyone on the internet, bro. Yes, I truly mean it. We had a fucking anime intro, breathtaking edits, like bro, you're not just getting this anyway, right? I know this video is long, but something I want to tell you at the end of my videos is one of the biggest goals I have in my life. Is that I genuinely aim to become a YouTube GOAT within this community. It's been a dream of mine for a very long time, and it's something I honestly take so serious that it's my priority above all else. I mean, my whole life is basically centered around making videos and bringing to you an experience you've never seen before. And I truly hope that you understood and seen for yourself that I'm really about this shit. But of course, if you're a new viewer or you haven't seen many of my videos, I don't expect you to have full belief or faith in me or my community. But if you want to join us, the Striker community, to rise to the absolute top, all you gotta do is just subscribe and join the Discord. That is the best way, especially for me as a new gen YouTuber, to grow and get to know my community even better. If you want to support me further, make sure to check out my social medias down below. And please become a YouTube member as well, as it takes me one step closer to making this my full-time job. Wow. I'm ready for West Cefira, and I hope you are too. But make sure to stay hydrated.